This is Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast. Did you guys see this? This is unbelievable. What is that all about, Kinger?
Get in here for the real thing.
Like, let's get weird.
Maybe I blacked out trying to figure out what was going on.
Doubt, worry, fear, because that's what we're breaking the mold on here.
Welcome to Wild on 7th, presented by Pilot Games. We're here until it's here.
All right, welcome back to Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast, coming at you early. Quick turnaround. What a night it was Saturday. The watch party, the game, Kaprizov going off. So much to get into. What a great time. We've got a series. You think about it, Kate, we've had to wait a long time for what just occurred last night. It was great. We'll get to that. But we have to start the day like everybody should be starting today, with a happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hey, we all wouldn't be here without you, all the things that you do for us. I said to my wife this morning, like, hey, we've been burning the candle on both ends here, Kinger, and we couldn't do this without the ladies at home, without the moms looking out for us. So appreciate all you moms out there. Flowers to you guys. And actually, here's what you should do. Here's how you should start the day. Wake up early, go to your local Cub. I go there because it's close. Make a right-hand turn, grab some fruit, just because it's healthy. Keep going a little bit because further down, there's the donut aisle. And it's Sunday, Mother's Day. Grab a couple of nice pastries, donuts, put them in a box, grab a coffee, bring it home, hook your mother up. Yeah, everything you need. And heck, don't stop there. Grab what you need for a barbecue in the afternoon. You know what moms like? Not having to do dishes, kitchen work, anything. So dads, kids, take it over. Take care of the moms. Grab some burgers, grab some drinks, fire up the grill, and make Mom's Day, Mother's Day, something special. But hey, Kinger, it is Mother's Day. Yes, that's true. We're going to celebrate that. We're not trying to rain on Mother's Parade, but there's another day coming up, Father's Day, and it might be a good idea to get a ticket for this event.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out that you believe the ideal Mother's Day experience is donuts and grilling. So that's great.
They have flowers.
I think you're giving your wife Father's Day for Mother's Day. That's okay. Get her combos as well. She'd like a pack of combos from the gas station. So if it was Father's Day, 3Ms, the 3M golf tournament. I always like to give you a mnemonic device. Mother's Day, M. Mold, that's what we're breaking, the mold. The mayor, she came to the block party. We'll get into that. The 3M Open is July 23rd to the 26th. The best golfer in the world, Scotty Scheffler, is going to be there. Guys, amazing. They've had a ton of studs roll into this in the past. You can get tickets at 3mopen.com. Kids under 15 are free. Perfect family event. Bring the boys, bring the girls, bring the family. It's going to be awesome. Sit in the sun and post up at a par 3, however you want to do it. That's July 23rd through the 26th. 3mopen.com.
And don't forget, Shop Cub, Shop Happy. Hey, let's bring in our buddy, Radio Joe. We're all jealous of him right now because he still gets to call the games. Like, the rest of us now are on the periphery, just clawing to get into the building. Joe's up there in the press box doing his thing. Joe, from the press box to the fields of Edina right now. Appreciate you joining us from the Whip. How was it last night for you? I mean, electric for us fans.
Yeah, fun atmosphere. Got a little Mother's Day baseball, 13U in Bloomington. We're in Bloomington right now to wrap up this tournament. First pitch in about 20 minutes. I'm doing great. That was awesome. Again, it's weird, like up from the Alshamer press box at Grand Casino Arena. It's hard, and you know this, Cards, to get a vibe for just how loud the building is. So watching clips on social last night when I got home of the watch party outside of the building, like just that pop when the goals were being scored by the Wild and pucks finding back of the net, just the reaction, like, it's awesome, man. So much fun. I have a buddy in town that works for the San Antonio Spurs, and he's like, when was the last time the Wild won a second-round game? And then when I told him, I didn't actually even look that up. I know the year, I know the series, but I didn't look at like the date or how many days it's been. He kind of chirped me for not having that ready on my call last night. But fun game. Glad the Wild are back in this series. I thought they played excellent hockey. It had some Dallas series vibes to it with the way the Wild competed, I felt like. And they've got Colorado's attention. I can guarantee you that.
Well, what it felt like very much was in Brock Faber's comments post game, I think kind of ring true. He said they didn't like the way that they played in Colorado. Maybe quick turnaround, no excuses, but it didn't feel like Wild hockey. And the Dallas series was emotional. He said it felt they're more happy with the game they put on the ice last night, and it felt more like Wild hockey. So they did take a little break from, I think, the game that they wanted to play, but found it for Game 3. And I don't know that you had to look it up, Joe. We did the work for you, so now that you know, last time Wild won a Game 3 on home ice was 2014, and it was Mikael Granlund in a 1-0 game against the Colorado Avalanche. We have said, and we're breaking the mold here.
We don't. I think the rearview mirror is broken in the Wild wagon.
If you're not,
We only look through the windshield cards.
Exactly. That's kind of my point here. Like same thing. Like if we're changing the way we think about it, and the guys are saying this team's different, last year didn't matter, year before that it's a different club, you can't go back further on the positive side of it either. But the Wild did win that series.
Yeah, no, I got to Radio Joe, this watch party, okay? So I take an Uber down there, and I don't know why I was nervous, just because like the team, like we're kind of a family, right? The fans, we've been through a lot. The guys are great guys on the team, but it's almost like you're going to like a cookout with your family, right? So I'm like, is anybody going to show up to this thing? Is it going to be like sparsely attended, and a bunch of old guys in quarter zips walking around going, how do we do this? Right? No, I get out of the Uber. I can hear the Red Bull DJ just doing work, right? It's all young people. Lots of podcast fans. Thank you so much for coming out. It's sunny. It was electric.
Yeah.
And I've never stood in front of a crowd like that. Like if we had raw meat, we could have just thrown it over that fence, and I think they would have. They were awesome. There was a kid, that guy in the corner, that just kept yelling and shaking his hands, and I don't know what was happening to him. But the state of hockey showed up, Joe. So all this, whatever our baggage is, you're from a championship city, right? Like little hints of Minnesota coming out last night. Like it was electric. I went home and just kept watching the Instagram videos of the watch party, synced up with the goals and stuff. And they were at capacity. You couldn't get anybody else in there. Couple thousand people, right? This wasn't Ottawa with like 16 people with a cooler. This looked a lot more like Buffalo with the Blade Gang. So good job, State of Hockey. Thank you for showing up. And thanks for the Wild for doing it. And Mayor Herr for, I guess, giving us the grants to shut down the streets and all that. So
I walked around the upper concourse at the first intermission because I went to see my family came to the game, and they were sitting upstairs. And it was like a zoo. The chanting, it was a 2-0 Wild. People were feeling good, but you could tell the 8 o'clock puck drop helped. People got ahead of the game.
I think so.
Some guy gave me a hug, like literally he's like, Joe, he's like, first like the dap up, and then he's like, give me a hug. I'm like, you got it, buddy. Like, just don't spill your beer on me. Like people were going bananas. Post game, I went to Tom Reed's Hockey City Pub.
Oh my God.
And it was electric. And a podcast fan came up to me, and I promised her I would mention this. And just for John King, I wrote it on the back of my receipt, so I did not forget.
That's great. Okay? That's great.
So this is Aaron. Aaron's brother dated Daly Silverman.
Oh my God.
Do you know Daly Silverman? She said she was looking for Kinger. She wanted to know what was up with Kinger.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know who these people are, but I will write this down on my receipt and I will mention this to John King.
Well, thank you, and congratulations to Daly for dating this young man. That's great. No, I was just so happy. You know, part of it is Carts. We were talking about this on the way in. You're starting to see the body language change with the fan base, right?
Yeah.
They want it. I mean, they started. I believe the fans started. We want the cup. I think they started that chant last night.
There's a hunger in the building and an energy in the building. And we say we walk around, and we were walking around the building last night, and the fans are stopping us saying, breaking the mold. Like it feels like it's happening before our very eyes.
Do you think that's a Quinn Hughes thing? No disrespect to anybody else in the organization, or Wally or Kaprizov or Boldy or Faber or any of the other great players the Wild have. Do you think it's like a mid-season switch, like that Quinn Hughes gave this team an element that for years maybe they were lacking, just like one more superstar, kind of Robin to Batman type thing, where it's like, dude, we have now some of the best players in the world on this roster. So from a fan base perspective, you're like, why can't we go out and beat? You know, it used to be maybe 1 or 2 stars against the other team's 3 or 4. Now it feels like the Wild have as much star power as some of these teams are going up against. You think it's a Quinn Hughes thing? Is it a Wally thing? Is it just a screw it, got out of the first round so you feel just lighter on your feet?
I think it's just messaging, fans of the podcast starting to buy in. I mean, I think we got to give the podcast credit, right? A little shout out, breaking the mold. No, but I actually think it comes from leadership, and I think it's taken Bill Guerin a little bit to kind of get the message, the guys, the people in, and they've bought into the message. And you heard Matt Boldy through round 1 and his comments on how this team is different. Brock Faber, every time the Wild wins, seems like he's the guy that's going on the podium, and he says the right things. So I think the leadership from Billy to the young guys, and then like you think about also what occurred. Kirill, he's leading. Now this is so Kirill too, but he's leading the playoffs in points. And in the first round, it was, do you need more from Kirill? Do you need more from Kirill? He still was leading the playoffs in points, but just to the eye test, he has this ability to be special, and it hadn't shown up yet. The other reason I think this team or the fan base is comfortable and ready to say, hey, this group's breaking the mold, is because they can have their superstar, their 1A, Kaprizov, not be the center of attention for a series and win that series. And then you can have your next series and it can be the next guy. And that's what good playoff teams do. It's not like your Conn Smythe guy from game 1 is the dude that carries the torch all the way through the Stanley Cup final. That torch gets passed along, and it's going to be Tarasenko, and it's Wally, it's Quinn Hughes, it's Brock Faber, it's Matt Boldy, it's Kaprizov, and other guys are going to have their moments too. But I think that the leadership, the messaging, and then the group of guys, we've heard this for a couple of years, it's a great group of guys. I think there's absolutely no problem internally passing that torch. Some teams, it is, no, I want that back. Like, I want the attention. I want the credit. I'm not feeling that. I'm not seeing that with this group. And last night certainly hit different, but it was a blast too. Like just pinch yourself. That game, that atmosphere, the watch party, everybody showed up. It was the state of hockey. The greatest shot, I think, I've seen of a watch party was the one where they go out and the light is low. There's buildings in the background, and there are people. Like, you see Grand Casino on the right, a couple of buildings on the left, and it's just people as far as you can see, like into the sunset. Greatest watch party shot I think I have seen, and it was there right on 7th Street in St. Paul.
It was so great. Joe, I think Quinn gave some people a permission to kind of really buy in, but Karts is right. It really starts with Billy G. This guy is an eternal optimist. Glass half full, like, what are you talking about? No, everything's going to be fine. It's good. I think the gold medal plays into this.
Yeah.
It has to, right? So this body language, I was shocked. I'm just so into these post-game pressers and practice videos and all the DVD extras. Can't get enough. And watching the reset videos where the guys were just like Faber was like, yeah, you know what? It's just been great. We're really confident now. We've had a couple, we really feel good, as a PK unit after these couple days. It was like I was watching Stuart Smalley on Saturday Night Live. Like it was like, or whatever the podcaster is, the woman that does all the positive podcasts. They kind of are helping us, this group. And to Cart's point, one night it can be Matt Boldy, right? He had a empty netter last night. Last night you might call it the Kaprizov game, but oh, by the way, Brock Faber 1, 2, 3 plus 3, not even a 3 stars of the game, looking like Patrick Kane entering the zone, right? Stopping at the half wall. So you got different guys that can pick you up at different times, and Spurgeon and these kind of vets just saying, you know what? I want to go on this ride, and I'm going to sit in a different seat in the car, but the car's still going forward, and it's going forward fast. So it's been a treat to have this kind of culture. And even the Wild marketing folks, like going to the effort. I'm sure you have to plan a street party in the second round, probably before the playoffs start.
And if you don't, what a job pulling that off.
Yeah, so somebody is making phone calls, figuring out logistics, talking to the police. They had cops on the roofs. Like it's a big thing to do that and let the fan base have that experience.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome. What else stood out to you in that game? Like Kirill at moments, Joe, like he just looked like he was at a different level than everybody else.
Yeah, it was one of those games where he just wants the puck and he's not taking no for an answer. And when he plays like that, I said this to Tom Reed on the broadcast, like that's what we've always heard from the coaches and the guys that have played with Kaprizov, is that when he is just hounding the puck and winning those puck battles, that's why he is elite. Like, you want to compare him, hey, how's it compared to this star or that superstar or this team's best player? It's almost always, to me, like when he hounds the puck like that, forget about it. Like, it's a wrap. He's just so competitive. He's so darn talented. And you put those two together, it's a tough combination to handle for an opposing team. And that jumps out to me, obviously. But the second efforts for the whole group, the shot blocks, sticks in lanes, even that last 90 seconds, they could have easily allowed Colorado to get a second goal, right? Like, it's 5-1. There's 45 seconds left. The goalie's pulled, and it's a shooting gallery. And there must have been 4 block shots, 4 saves from Wally. And that's just frustrating for the Avs, I'd imagine. Again, I think if the Avalanche didn't know what the Wild were about for whatever reason, or if they were valuing their first 2 games in the series or undervaluing what the Wild bring to the table, that's off the table now. Because I think Minnesota showed exactly why they were so successful in the first round against Dallas. Obviously, putting themselves in a 2-0 hole was not ideal for anybody, but it does feel like that time off gave Minnesota a chance to kind of like catch their breath a little bit. Like John Hines talked about it. He said they'd be a hungry team, and boy, were they ever off the opening phase. So, I just thought it was a complete game. It felt like a lot of ways the way they played against Dallas, just 60 minutes, everybody dialed in, everybody contributed. I talked to Michael McCarron on the radio show, post game. He talked about kind of that smothering approach, and just like when they play that game, they have a lot of belief in that locker room, and you can see it. Like they know that's the Wild's brand of hockey. If they bring that, they're a tough team to beat.
Yeah, it was from the drop of the puck. We were walking in, so we wrap at the watch party outside, and we're hustling to get in, and we can't really get to our spot before the game starts.
No.
Like, there's so much we wanted to miss or not miss. And actually, we should talk about this because John Randall did a pretty darn good job on Let's Play Hockey, and there's a shot of him holding the mic, and it looks like it's one of those mini mics for social. His hand is so huge. It's so it's like, yeah, these guys they're gonna crush. So we stop to see that, and then it's it's a walk. We're trying to get to our spot to watch this game, and all we hear is ooh, somebody hits. I actually don't even know who started the game, Joe. But whoever it is, we got to give them some credit because they got the building into it right away. Building ran with it, and I'll say the first source of anxiety was Wild took the first penalty, and then the PK's out on the ice, and then the moment that PK delivers, and credit to Damon Hunt, because I think it was a D-man that was in the box. Damon Hunt is now one of the first guys out there to kill the penalty top unit for
Faber.
Yeah, Faber was in the box, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So then it's Damon Hunt out there killing, and they crush it. Great penalty kill, and it was it's their night tonight, and but so who set that tone? I missed the first shift, but it seemed electric.
I think it was the Hartman, Zuccarello, Kaprizov line with Hughes and Faber, but I think Marcus Foligno very early in that game had 3 or 4 hits that were
maybe that's what we saw, because I think I saw a flash of 17 as I was walking by one of the screens. Yeah,
he was taking down to flash early in that hockey game, and there were so many. Again, I'm tracking the puck. Puck gets moved up ice. You could still finish your hit, obviously, and I would turn back to see who hammered who because of to your point, the crowd's reaction to my headset. I'm going the puck's in the neutral zone, and there's an Avalanche player picking himself up off the ice behind the net, and I'm just trying to see, all right, who got who was looking for blood on that sequence. It was, Ross Colton was getting up, they were going after guys early in that hockey game, setting the tone.
All melt, no mercy. Radio Joe, we just lost him, cut off technical difficulties. We'll try to get him back in. But all melt, no mercy. Hey, credit to 10,000 takes here, because one of the greatest social posts I think I've seen was their post of Nathan McKinnon swimming in a pool with a snorkel, big goggles, and flippers. And the quote was something to the effect of, "You can't lose to a guy who swims with a snorkel."
Yeah, great job. Great job. I also
all melt, no mercy.
That's almost like Watergate level, trolling. I don't know how that happened, or if somebody sent them the video, whoever that, and you can hear the guy laughing in his hotel room. He just, if you watch the video 1,000 times, most of us did, you just kind of hear him chuckle to himself up there as he's probably having one of those $8 bottles of water at the Four Seasons or something. But when that happened, I think that did play a role, because what you got to go through the process of, this must be a video from, this must be AI is the first thing. This must be from
the summer,
Florida.
Yeah.
No, this is happening in Minnesota. Apparently, you can swim in a swimming pool the last couple days in some hotel in Minneapolis. And it just, I think it was almost in a weird way, they blinked just seeing that video. I do want to echo what Joe said about playing our game. So if you're wondering what the recipe is, so Brock in the presser says, tonight was the way we play, okay? If you look at the stats, here's the things that jump out at you. 39 hits, okay? That is a huge part of our recipe. They had 25. 15 blocks. So you want to talk about commitment, sacrifice. They had 8, right? And then special teams, we go 2 for 3. They go 1 for 3. And then goaltending, they had 36 shots. So Wally was sticky. The wall of St. Paul was in the building for sure. So that was the recipe.
Yeah, it certainly was the recipe. And just to wrap my thoughts on all melt, no mercy, 39 hits, Marcus Foligno running around. The Avalanche is now trickling down the mountain in liquid form. Cue the Hoover Dam, because I think it is the Colorado River, maybe flooding at the moment. And you're right. Just that visual of him swimming felt a little bit like Colorado was looking past Minnesota.
I loved what you said in the watch party. Every hockey family knows when you're in a big tournament,
Don't go swimming in the pool.
Nobody goes swimming in the pool, Nathan. Nobody.
Coach's rule.
Bednar's going to be so rattled that the kids are swimming in the pool before the big game.
Bednar was so busy with that dippity-doo up in the bathroom that he lost sight of 29, and 29 snuck out there with his flippers and his snorkel. That was I love seeing them blink like that. Hey, we got to talk about our favorite WWE celebrity, Kevin Gorg, who just joined us.
The rest, and we'll just say this too, because the other part of the Wilds game, Joe mentioned those. You followed up with it. It's about playing 5-on-5, and Colorado got nothing. Chances were in the Wild's favor. Wild win the 5-on-5 or the even strength game 3-0. Not necessarily 5-on-5, because we'll have to get to the point where the 4-on-4 was the turning point in this game a little bit. But before we get into that, we do need to bring the hype man. Maybe we could call him Neo with the shades he had on. He looked like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix at the watch party. Kevin Gorg, welcome to the show, big guy. How was your morning?
Good morning. Yeah. Great to be with you. 21. That was quite a scene last night, and I still can't get over that Alex Stalock was out there in flippers and swimming goggles in front of that crowd. It was priceless to see. But yeah,
did he look like
everything we wanted to see last night? We got to see, right? We got to see 2,500 fans having a great time outside the rink, 19,000 plus inside. You guys wanted the physical play. They brought it. Stars were incredible, and the Wall of St. Paul's back. So at least for a night, the template's there, right, boys?
Yeah, and you know what else? Like, let's think about it. At the watch party, we went down the row and said what we wanted to see. I think we all saw it. Like I said, I was like, Hartman gets a wedgie. Like high tip out of the air, like he's right in Wedgwood. Wedgwood gets yanked. Gorgie, what'd you tee up it? Because they hit it out of the park. Like we saw it. You wanted a couple things and they nailed it.
I wanted a boldy goal. It took a long time to get there, but we got it. I said multiple points for Quinn Hughes was needed. We got it. And I said, Jesper Wallsted's got to be the man. Like he's got to be the guy we know he can be. And to me, he was the most stabilizing factor in that game. When it was still 0-0, that half breakaway he stopped. The crowd seemed to gasp at that time. As loud as it was, that was a nervous part of the hockey game. And when he's on his game like he is, the team seems to feed off him and play at a different level. And I thought, again, we talked about all the narratives. Was it Kinger that brought up the physical play? He needed the Foligno brothers to come out there and cause a situation. And literally, first shift of the game, they're out there with multiple hits. So, yeah, we asked for it. We got it. This team responded and seemed to feed off that energy in the building. It was incredible.
And I gotta give credit. Can we talk about the mayor for just a minute? Because was
Mayor Hurd. She nailed it.
So my wife's told me this woman's gonna be great for St. Paul. She's gonna bring it back to life. So she shows up. She's got like a couple security guards, which was also cool, with like great suits. One
full green, one tannish brown.
I mean, amazing.
Another in maroon.
So she's got like these cool security guards. They're playing the song Stacy's Mom's Got It Going On, and she's like grabbing my arms and just wailing it with me. So I'm like, who is this woman? Her last name's Her, which is just cool because if you like her, it's just easy to say that. And at one point, I'm like, thank you for helping us, whatever we had to do logistically to shut down the streets. And she goes, we should do this for every Wild game. And then the all-time move, we'll give her credit for this. Who's your favorite player on the Wild? She takes off her little glasses, turns them upside down,
sets them on,
and just goes Brock Faber, and the crowd lost their mind. So she was like, if she was on like Jimmy Fallon, her publicist would have been like, "You killed it, honey." I mean, it was. So I was just fun to see. Like, we think of politicians, right? You don't picture someone saying, "I'll do a shot if I do Let's Play Hockey."
Yeah, we were like, she did.
I don't like beer, but I'll do a shot. Yeah, like, who are you? Yeah. This is good for St. Paul's.
Yeah, get the shot ski out. No, that was great, Gorgie. How we got to get a Fitbit on you to check the steps. But how many steps you get in during that game?
I got a few in for sure. I wasn't as nervous after watching the first 10 minutes as I normally get because I think all of us have been around and watched this team long enough to know the tells. And I was so excited about what I saw in the opening 10 minutes, just the way they were applying. It just felt like a night where they were playing at their highest level. And it wasn't one or two guys. It was the group, the way they defended, the way they hit, the chances they were getting. It just felt like it was a matter of time. Hartman had that shot where he followed it up with a rebound. And early on, the wedge man found a way to make a couple of saves. But then Wally makes that breakaway save. And it just felt to me like this is going to be our night. And maybe it's just feeding off the crowd because everybody was so positive out there. But the team just had their A game, and you could feel it from the drop of the puck.
Yeah, did you feel the positivity in the building? Like, did it feel like different? You know what I mean? Like that's what we were saying in here. Like it's almost like we're seeing things change in real time right now. Like it felt different.
John Randall was so good with Let's Play Hockey. I mean, asking the car if they're ready a couple times. It was phenomenal to see him do his thing. And I heard Damon Hunt on Radio Joe's broadcast get interviewed about that. And Damon was so funny. He's like, yeah, he was before my time, but we all know what a great player he was. And he really got it going last night. And we were watching from the bench. And, it just felt like, Minnesota could just for a night just was back, like top to bottom, fans, people in St. Paul, everybody just was back and much needed, right? Like it was such a great series against Dallas. They didn't look themselves in games 1 and 2 in Colorado. But damn, they were back last night. If they play like that the rest of the series, they're going to be a real handful.
They are. And the game wasn't entirely lopsided either. The score was in the end. Colorado still good. I think the Wild, they understand that Hartman's comments post game too were very much like, hey, it's a good team. We know what we've got to do. Like that's a game. But at even strength, the Wild were good. The special teams delivered. PK wasn't perfect, but they went 2 for 3. Those two made a difference. Power play, they got it going. Power play was an issue for a short while there. Them getting a couple of looks, a couple of goals, obviously huge. They were practicing that yesterday morning, the power play, like just trying to get their routes dialed. And I think they found a couple of things, a couple of areas that they want to attack. So being able to score there was different. Now, the areas of the game that Colorado were good, and Joe, I want to get your thoughts on this a little bit. Wild lost the faceoff circle significantly. It was 62-38 in favor of Colorado in faceoffs. But the Wild won the big ones, and they get 4-on-4. McCarron's over, and we kind of see Boldy on the bench with one leg over, ready to go. McCarron snaps it back, and he goes right to the bench. Boldy hops on. They go down the ice, and that's when Kaprizov scores the 4-on-4 goal. McCarron goes out. I think he wins the faceoff for the next 4-on-4, and then eventually that leads to a power play, and I think Quinn Hughes gets the power play goal there. So, Joe, like you notice Hines, and you've had a chance to talk to him, kind of putting guys in the right spots and winning, like in this scenario, the key face-offs to set the guys up to have success?
Yeah, it's a great point, because when I asked John Hines yesterday afternoon, you're at home, any matchups you're looking for, he said not really. I talked about that on the extended pregame show we had on the Minnesota Wild Radio Network. It's
People were tied up outside. They couldn't listen.
He didn't seem concerned about this line, that line, because they've all been scoring. He was more like the advantage. I think basically he's like, I'm not going to hard match, right? Like just because Colorado has this line on the ice, I want this line. Like he's confident in his group, which is awesome. This time of year, you need that. But he talked about the faceoffs and how that would be an advantage at home, like having that ability to get certain guys out at certain dots or certain situations to take a draw. And to your point, Karts, obviously it worked out there. So look for that as the Wild are on home ice again in Game 4, obviously. They'll have the ability to get some of those matchups if they want it. If they saw some in Game 3 they didn't like, he can obviously adjust. But just even a little, like you said, let's throw McCarron out on a draw on a strong side just to win it. Boom, get the other guys out there, make a quick switch. That's an advantage they have having the last change at home. So great point by you to rare, observation by you. And I can corroborate that John Hines said the one thing he was looking forward to probably the most with having home ice advantage in the last change was faceoffs.
Karts, I want you to talk about two things because we noticed this last night. So 4-on-4 is the cheat code for the Minnesota Wild. And it was last series when Hartsey takes the matching penalty, and I'm sure half the crowd is worried about Hartsey doing Hartsey things. We kind of looked at each other and we said, is this good for us 4-on-4, right? Because you look at their roster, McKinnon, Makar, they got guys too. But there's something about this Wild team with the way they move between Quinn, Kirill, the 10 and 2. I think 4-on-4, if you're ever watching the playoffs the rest of the way and the Wild are on 4-on-4, you need to get yourself in power play mode. You need to expect good things to happen. And the reset on Wallstedt. We've always said DJ Hines is one step ahead. He's always doing something you don't think. There might have been more to that sit down in game 2 where Wally, this is an animal. Mm-hmm. He chews through wood, and you put him, you're a jockey, and you hold him back a little bit at the start of the race, right? And I don't know. I think it looked pretty good last night, giving him a reset.
Yeah, he was ready to go. 4-on-4, I think what the Wild have and what surprises other teams is just how willing both D are to jump up. So you look at Colorado, they've got Cale Makar. He's frightening. You've got McKinnon, Natchez, or whomever is out there on the ice. They're good. Yeah. And on paper, it looks like it's a coin flip. But I don't think many teams have that 1B. Quinn Hughes can break ankles 4-on-4. He did 4-on-3, like dragging Burns. Then he buries that puck across the seam. Not many guys can skate like that. You see it. But Brock Faber is the guy that kind of, he might be the straw that stirs the drink at 4-on-4 too, because he's up in the play. And sometimes it is nerve-wracking because you're watching these guys at 4-on-4, and it's Hughes and Faber leading the rush with the two forwards on the backside of that, sitting on the blue line or the red line, wondering like, where do we go? We don't know what to do here. But they control the puck well. They don't turn it over. And then once they get going, like 4-on-4 it's man on man. And I don't think that there are two guys harder in the league to shut down man. Well, there are a couple. McDavid would be one of them. But I don't think there's a D in the league that's harder to shut down man on man than Quinn Hughes. I also don't think now there's a forward that's going to be as hard to separate somebody from the puck as there is Matt Boldy right now. If he gets it at 4-on-4, you're not getting that puck back. And if he can break you down, he's going to beat you, and then it's all of a sudden let the skill of the hands take over, and it goes from there. So I do think that's part of the reason why they're a cheat code at 4-on-4. It's been something that's been, I think, noticeable, their advantage at 4-on-4. Hartman gave a little wink, a little smile when he was asked post-game, like, hey, that was the turning point. And he's like, yeah, take him with you. That's good. So he was able to get that Parker Kelly with him into the box. So Hartsey doing Hartsey things. And then the wall of St. Paul. DJ Hines, I continue to give him credit because he deserves it on knowing his players. And I was curious because it didn't make full sense that Philip Gustafsson would jump in game 2. And I still don't know that this is the case, but I do think he probably thought about this, where just give Wally a chance to reset. Not that game 2 was a throwaway game, but you think about it, you put Gus in, if he gets you a win, great. Now you're playing with house money, right? But all the while knowing that Wally is the kind of guy that chews on wood to get back in there, and not having the net for game 2 might have been just enough to get him going and back to what they saw early in that Dallas series. And he showed that. He was hungry. He was confident. Gorgie, you wanted the wall of St. Paul to sally late in that game. You got it. What do you like about his game?
I liked the game a lot more than the cartwheel he tried, but I love that he tried it, right? That's the guy. He was quick. He was anticipating. When he's on his game, he's reading plays, and Colorado moves that puck around so fast that I think, listening to the conversation, listening to some of the interviews with him, from game one to where we were last night. That reset was really good for him. He had the energy. He had the hunger. He was eating pucks. It just looked to be the guy we saw throughout that entire Dallas series. And the thing I love most about this kid is from playing that position, when you get scored on 8 times in a hockey game, I don't care if it's a week, I don't care if it's a month, I don't care if it's a handful of days. The next time you get in that net, the tendency is to cheat back and to fight the puck. This kid is the opposite, and that's why I think he can be a superstar. Like, he's able to rinse and move on like none other. And he came out with a swagger to his game last night that most never have. The great ones do. When they get lit up, the great ones bounce back. And he's just a rookie. He doesn't play like a rookie. He doesn't think like a rookie. He wants to be out there. He wants the pressure. He wants the big spot. And it shows in his play. And that just tells me that before this is all said and done, this guy's going to be a top 5 goalie in the world. That's just how I see this kid from the time they drafted him to where we are right now. This is going to be a superstar goalie, and he's showing us right now that this is where it's going.
Well, let's stay on the goaltender, because throughout the regular season, everybody was chasing this guy, Scott Wedgwood, the wedgie. I think he finished in goals against and save percentage as the best amongst guys that played meaningful games in minutes. So Wedgie's been good, and the Wild chase him. And we've been talking about soft woods, Kinger. So they went from quaking aspen.
Yeah, it's a known soft wood, and balsa wood. Balsa wood is the weakest wood. There's a lot of wood. If you're building a house, I would not suggest quaking aspen or any softwood. And there was a lot of softwood in Grand Casino Arena in one of the nets last night.
There was a lot of softwood. I will say, you guys know I'm a little bit of a nerd. I do like quaking aspen trees. They sound really nice. You guys,
I don't even know what they are. Is that an apple or honey?
No, it's a tree in the wind. Google it.
Okay.
Quaking aspen trees
I'm more
are
of a
known
pussy
for their
willow guy
sound.
myself.
I bet you are. All right.
We're there. Hey, gosh, you know what else? Let's a little more credit just to the fan base, because how easy would it have been to say we are doomed, down 2-0, no Eriksson Ek, where you thought like that carrot was dangled. Eriksson Ek, a maybe. And then the news is delivered Saturday morning, no Eriksson Ek. Not available for the game. You're without Ek, you're without Brodin. It would have been easy to just say, that's it, throw in the towel, 3-0, this series is cooked. No. Like, it wasn't that way. And the fans just didn't have any type of stress about that. It was kind of just like, hey, let's go have a game. These guys will win it by time for those guys to get a little healthier. Like, you guys agree with that sentiment? Like, I didn't hear anything about no Ek, big problem. Like, it wasn't mentioned.
No. That's this group, though. Like, it's the belief in the room. It's to turn the page. They know how important he is. They know how much they need him and Jimmy back there, but I don't think they care. I think it's the leadership group. I think it's the Foligno brothers. I think it's Fabers you talked about, sending the right message. Boldy. Just that guy has belief in himself and his ability and his teammates. It's the belief in Volstead. And I keep using that word, but like, you've seen the shirts that Soda Stick made. They got kind of that Ted Lasso theme about them right now with the Believe. They had it in the locker room in Denver, like taped up there above the above the door frame. It says Believe. And I really believe that they believe. And that's all you need, dude. Like, sports are crazy sometimes. It's on paper, one thing, who's in, who's out, who's injured. If you show up ready to play, prepared, and you trust in yourself and trust in your teammates and just go out and do your job, you can overcome a lot in sports. And it feels like last night was one of those games where the Wild just said, that wasn't us in games 1 and 2. We're making this a series. We're going to bring our A game. And it still might not have been good enough. That's how good Colorado is. But I knew going into game 3 last night, I think the fans felt that way too, that the Wild were going to play a better game, that this series was not even close to a wrap. We don't know where it goes from here. But it was a great night overall for Minnesota sports fans and for the Wild to just show that they belong in this spot. It's not fraudulent that they got here. Some may have made you think nationally. And they had, look, to hand Colorado their first loss to the playoffs, no matter what happens with either of these teams, the Avs go on, they're to beat them that way, that convincingly at home, and to give them their first loss of the playoffs. What a fun night to be a part of. And the Wild deserved that game. Like, there was no question they were a better team. And the Avs know that too after game 3.
Can we, so we got to do one thing. Okay. So you don't get too high and you don't get too low. Okay. So this is a different experience. If we're going for 16 W's, last night was great, but we're not even halfway there, guys. Okay. So we got to keep working. So a couple things I noticed. I'm going to start with Gorgie. Okay. So Gorgie was an animal yesterday. I think he drank a White Claw. I don't know for sure. He held a White Claw.
I polished it off, Kinger.
Okay.
He did. Good.
He did.
Which is awesome, by the way. He was a WWE star. It was. I think he chanted anything that was words. He turned into the "Let's Go Wild" chant, even if it seemed difficult. He's a
man of the people.
So, but you did not watch the game with us. So, Gorgie, okay. Now we go up to the Bud Light Lounge. Staylock, Karts, and they helped us go up there. And then I said, "Where's Gorgie?" And they go, "No, he's not comfortable. He's downstairs somewhere, like in a monitor in a hallway, watching it alone so he can walk around." I
have to pace.
Okay, so is there ever going to be a point where during this run where you're like, you know what, we got Kaprizov and Hughes and Faber and Boldy and Wallstead and
you didn't even mention Kaprizov.
I did. I never missed Kaprizov. It's in there. But what are you ever going to be like just throw the 21 cents on the ground and be like, let's go win the cup?
Oh God.
No.
Listen, no, that's not how I operate. And I cannot be social watching these games. I don't want to talk. Like, I don't want to have small talk. I don't want to chum it up with I want to watch the damn game and stress out. And I felt good. I felt good watching that first, like I said, the first 10 minutes gave me some inner peace, some calm. This team has some tells, but I feel like even when they were up 3-0 and 4-1, I did not feel fully comfortable because this Colorado team scares me. I've watched them long enough to know how quick they can score against any team on the planet. So you don't get the chance to really enjoy much until that buzzer goes up. When Boldy scored the goal, okay, good. Now we're home and cooled out. But I don't know about you guys. When it went 3-1, I thought that next goal, a shift later, to me was the biggest point in the hockey game. And, kudos to the Wild. They had the answers, but I don't. This is never going to be a series where I'm going to sit in a lounge somewhere with a group of people and just chill. This is not going to happen. So October, I'm all good, but not right now.
Oh, you're not good in October either.
That's probably
so.
true.
I think
we're on the same page here. Kevin Gorg felt comfortable 5-1 with 4 seconds left.
Yeah. Also,
empty netter. He called the Boldy goal. That's what he was waiting for. He needed it. The Wild haven't won a playoff game. Well, I should say it this way. The last 6 Wild playoff wins, Matt Boldy has scored a goal in. So, hey, we needed that Boldy goal to validate the win. We didn't know if it was for sure till Boldy scored. So there were still 5 seconds left. The Wild could have lost that if Boldy didn't score. Once he did, Gorgie knew that the Wild were going to win with a little under 4 seconds ago.
I got one more nugget here, and I do got to jump out, unfortunately, because I think I missed the first 2 innings of this baseball game. This is since 2020, and this stat is still intact after last night. And I don't have it in front of me, so I'm spitballing, but I know this for sure. Since 2020, in the playoffs, when the Wild give up 2 or less, they're undefeated. Mm-hmm. When they give up 3 or more, they haven't won a game.
Wow.
That's since 2020 playoffs. So the bubble, the Vegas year when you lose in 7, the Blues series, the Stars series, the Vegas series again, this year Dallas, and now through Colorado. So that's what, a half dozen series at least. They give up 2 or fewer, they've won every game. They give up 3 or more, don't have a win yet since 2020 playoffs.
Good stat.
Make that what you will.
Yeah, like that. Love that stat, Joe. All right, you get back to that baseball game, all right? And we saw last night.
Too. He looks really good.
Yeah, he looks good. Like he woke up, he shaved. Yeah, look at that. Hair looks good.
Again, shout out to the fans, all the peeps at Tom Reed's Hockey City Pub. I think I'm starting to get recognized because of the Wild on 7th podcast. So thank you guys.
That's good. Good for you.
Because there were a lot of people last night that were like, we love the podcast. And I'm like, it's not my podcast. So,
You're like, oh, thank you. You're like, oh, thank you. Because you do have a podcast, one-on-one with Joe O'Donnell.
Yeah,
Check
we
it
both
out.
have our own podcast. No one listens to either one of them. That's all right. We're here.
Yeah.
Until it's here.
nobody is talking to me about my podcast, but they love my appearances on here.
Same.
I guess, but
Same.
That's okay.
Well, we thank you for coming. Yeah, thanks to Duke Cannon for sponsoring you guys and that hairdo. Like that's becoming iconic, Joe. So
you know what I love? The Midnight Swim.
Yes.
That's the body wash there from Duke Cannon. That's legit.
Midnight Swim. Yeah. I'm guessing Nathan McKinnon didn't go for one of those, but if he did, it would be with goggles, flippers, and a snorkel under the cover of darkness so he couldn't be captured on camera again. All right, Joe. Hey, last thing, you're out of here legitimately. Watch party. I think we all had opportunities to throw a couple T-shirts out. We're not going to be pitching coaches, but if you need any help, like first base, third base coach or something, we can wind them up a little bit. All right, Joe? Well, good luck at that baseball field. Go get them, and we'll talk to you soon, pal.
Thanks, fellas.
Hey, Gorgie, I was being hard on you about your traditions, but I didn't get to share this story about my dark places. A couple things.
Yes.
I do think that last minute of the game, Gorgie, I honestly was thinking if Colorado scores in this meaningless 30 seconds, like somehow we're going to lose the next game. So I mean, there's something about Wally tumbling and them competing that way as if it was a shutout, even though it wasn't a shutout. Like good vibes on the end of that game. But here's my story. So I got a dog, right? He's like 50 pounds, golden doodle, the mini one, but you know, he's not small. And so I'm like, we got to get him a wild bandana for the playoffs. Cause like the whole family is on this ride. We're trying to get 16 W's. So I order it online. Okay. It came in the mail. This is how big it is. Okay.
It's like a modern day bathing suit.
This is like, maybe Bissonette would wear this on his podcast, but this is how big it was. And all I could think of is, oh no, it's going to be a short series. We're
oh wow.
We're gonna. This is not good. This is not. I got to order another one, but it might not come in time. We might be already to game 5. Will this fit your dog? Is what I want to know.
No, it looks like a diaper.
We got a
bandana. That's a diaper.
It's not a very good looking bandana.
It's a diaper.
Can we please find a dog in the fan base that this will fit on? Because then it'll all be okay. So that's the kind of level of stuff that happens, and somehow the thing that gave me a little joy was I have a subscription to the Hockey News, which at one point was like everything, right? And I don't know what it is now, but it was the thing
just after Rock'em Sock'em, which was brought up.
Don Cherry and the videotapes. But so they did the top 50 players in the NHL, and this week as we're down 0-2, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I think we have, you got Kirill and Quinn are in the top 10. Okay, they got Boldy in the top. They got Boldy in the top 30. I think Faber's somewhere in there. He might have been ahead of Boldy, or he's right around there. I'm thinking, like, actually on paper, if you're looking at the best players in the NHL, our team has more of them than they do, and that's without the guy that's hurt. The two of the guys that are hurt. So at some point, as a fan base, we just have to go, we're good. Because I see the team doing that, right? And I think the Olympics plays into that and all that stuff. But this is not, this is not an underdog stealing game situation. No. If we play our game, this is a heavyweight bout. And we're just as likely to come through as they are, even with an 0-2 start.
I got a couple.
Our fans are used to that, like from day one, right? Cards, like, they were an expansion team. They were the little engine that could back in 03 under Jacques Lemaire, and so that mentality's always been there. We've never had this kind of star power, and I think fans are still adjusting to that mentality. We're like, this is a really good hockey team. The team that wins this series likely is going to go on to win a Stanley Cup, and I think our fans are just starting to understand how good this team can be.
All right, last thing before we get out of here, because everybody in studio here has got to go home and celebrate with their mother. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I'm just going to go through the notes I took during the game a little bit. So, fast physical start, like it was. That first penalty kill was a huge moment. Faber rush on the Kaprizov goal, C's part. 97 finishes, and Wedgie swims in a sea of meltwater. That's what it felt like out there. Boldy draws the PP to go 4-on-3. His hands are ridiculous. This guy's unbelievable. Quinn Hughes, he did go out, called it, needed some ankles to break. He used his feet, broke a couple ankles. McCarron's faceoffs mentioned that. The 4-on-3 power play was dynamite. Good sticks on the PK. The Wild can survive anything when the big boys show up. It's amazing when you have a guy like Kirill, Faber, Bolds, when they're there playing to that level. You can survive missing Eriksson, Ek, and Brodin for a couple of weeks, right? Like when the big boys play, it's amazing.
Faber was 1-2-3 +3 and is not a star of the game last night.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're rolling with.
Saw a guy in the urinal. I think he was 2 feet away from the urinal, sideways, and then it looked like one of those sprinklers. The yellow one that's like a tractor that has white wheels where
that spins around.
That's what it looked like. So it was, I think everybody was tuned up. That was a nice little note. The Wall of St. Paul delivered. Wild fans were paging 97, paging 97, paging 97.
Dr. Kaprizov?
He came to the counter, so that was great. McKinnon tried to wind it up. Noticed that a bunch of times too, like wind it up, and he couldn't. Kept getting snuffed out. And then watch his body language. Wild fans, if they can continue to defend tight, watch McKinnon's body language. It's like we've talked about this, Kinger. Angry dude, like tough,
joyless
when it. Foligno shifts. Of course, the one ended with a penalty. You could feel it coming, but he had 9 hits on the night, 6 for brother Nick, so like 15 hits from that. I actually thought Tarasenko scored the goal that Faber did, so I thought we had our Tarasenko moment, and I was like, yep, get the whiteboard ready, because that's what Tarasenko likes to do. We always get the shot of him coaching there. The series isn't lost. We Will Rock You chant song in the third period was unbelievable, and then finally there was a Wally chant, organic Wally chant in the third. That was just electric too. So, and then the final one, Quinn Hughes got a haircut, a little more aerodynamic. He was looking good. That was fresh. Kirill on fire. Let's play hockey good. Tiny Mike. And the vision is coming together. Those were the notes that I took here. I'll say one more thing because I think this is true. We do want to hate Colorado, but I don't think we have the hate that there is for Dallas. Some of it is because these guys on Colorado are good dudes. Cale Makar, give him credit, I think, for Brock Faber's game, because as I'm picturing Brock Faber watching that interview of Makar post-game where Makar is asked about Quinn Hughes.
It's like, hang on.
And he stops and says, hold on. It's not just Quinn and I. It put Brock Faber in that equation too. And I think Faber heard that. That empowered him a little bit. And he came out in game 3 playing like he feels and believes he could be the best D-man on the ice, and he was. So we kind of like Cale Makar a little bit for that reason.
We like no one. But I'll give you my closing thoughts. If you're looking for homework, Wild on 7th fans, please watch the 5-minute post-game Kaprizov interview where you watch this guy transforming in front of you. Watch him. The first question they ask him, he goes, what? And then he thinks they're standing too close to him, so he snaps his head back, and then they go, are you thinking about hockey all the time when you're away from the rink? And he goes, it's the playoffs. I think about hockey all the time. I mean, it's just the greatest. You want to watch a man becoming another layer of man, just watch those 5 minutes of Kaprizov. I would say ski boots are uncomfortable. It really hurt my feet. I would not recommend it. The goggles is great, though. Didn't you feel amazing having the goggles on your head and the ability, if you play this all the way out, if we get to the champagne carts, we can just pull the goggles down, right? So let's go all the way. I think Matt Boldy's going to have a great game 4. I was at game 4 last time, and it was a special night with Mr. Boldy. So we got to do this all again. don't get too high, don't get too low. So tomorrow is a brand new day, and we got to bring it with everything we have.
Yeah, quick turnaround. Thanks, Gorgie, for joining the show. John, throw the wrist up there because you always love this. I feel like I look like an orangutan today. I wore the goggles to hide the eyes because we had a good night. It was a fun time, quick turnaround. But you still are sporting the wristbands. Like, you know you had fun when you have multiple wristbands on the next day. KG, you've got the Olympic jersey on. Thanks for joining us. What are your final thoughts? What do you got for us?
Well, magical night, and I'm going to start with the pre-party. Kudos to all the fans that showed up, the DJ. Karcher out there with the T-shirt, Shooter with Nordy. I'll never forget that. The picture I saw on Twitter today just absolutely made my morning. Our guy Kinger with the ski boots. I mean, you talk about backing it up. He talks a great game, but he backs it up. He walks it. Unbelievable with the props he brought to the table. And I'm telling you right now, I took that picture from social media and blew it up. Staylock out there making fun of McKinnon with the flippers, with the swim goggles. This guy's a couple years removed from being an NHL goalie, and he's got the commitment to this team and to this town, second to none. And then just the atmosphere last night. Like, you walked in that building from John Randall all the way through the final buzzer. You felt it, and you guys are right. The fans are starting to slowly come to this we're here till it's here mentality. I don't know how you guys did it, because this is a place I've lived for nearly 6 decades, and we are a fragile bunch. But this team, your mantra, it's starting to take. And from talking to people throughout the evening, we've got something right now. So let's build off game 3. Let's bring it back game 4. Let's do it again. And let's start to put some real pressure on the Cup favorites.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. All right, we're here till it's here, fellas.
Let's go. Happy Mother's Day.